Welcome back to the Manager Ball Podcast. I'm Korey with Brennan, and very importantly, Kyle, you're looking kind of nice today. I don't know, like something about that hat, that like quarter zip combo you got going on. This looks nice.
It's not a quarter zip. It's just like a polo shirt.
Jersey you got on?
It is my Jimmy Butler jersey, yes, because my Miami Heat so serendipitously lost in the play-in. So I'm very
you know
sad.
who won it? You know who won in the play-in yesterday? Jimmy Butler. Did he play a second? No. But the Warriors did win. The Warriors did win.
I didn't actually watch the game, but I heard about the ending.
Yeah, crazy ending. Firing back by the Warriors, and Kyle, you'll remember a few weeks ago when I said that Draymond Green was a guy that could lead your team to 2 wins in a season, and he looked like a good Draymond Green yesterday.
He did.
I was like, dang, he looked good. You know who else looked good? Kristaps Porzingis. And you know who's looking like Kristaps Porzingis? Brennan Kirkpatrick. What's up, buddy?
What? What about Tingus Pingus?
You say that he looks like you, man.
Maybe. I mean,
that's a compliment. He's a good-looking guy.
I wish I was Kristaps Porzingis. I wish I was making millions in the NBA. Just like, dude, I wish I had his height. Wish I had his basketball skills. I wish I had his money.
You wish you had his several court cases, his several court settlements.
His sickness.
But I mean, hey,
his multiple illnesses.
His several illnesses. The illness, by the way, that has allowed him to get like minutes restrictions. I understand a minutes restriction on like a hip or something, but like minutes restriction on being sick, it's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Either you could play or you're too sick to play.
I think it's some form of just like flaring up, like disorder where he can't. Like I don't know the exact words for it, but like ones where he'll feel fine 1 hour and then the next hour it'll be bad. Would be my guess.
I feel like I always kind of avoid whenever NBA players have like really chronic sicknesses. Like Brennan, as a Pacers fan, do you remember that crazy Karis LeVert stuff? From a few years ago, I was like, dude, this guy might die. Like, holy.
The dude was like that. He was supposed to be like, yeah, that dude's the centerpiece of the Victor Oladipo trade too.
Yeah, and he's still playing, right? Is he still in Indiana? Or?
No, he's not in Indiana. We traded him to Cleveland, and I don't know.
That's right.
Now I swore I saw his name just the other day. Like, wasn't he with Brooklyn? No, he was.
No. Karis LeVert's on the Pistons now.
That's where I saw him. Yeah. No, it was crazy. I mean, I thought he was like, everyone was hyping up Karis LeVert. You got Malcolm Brogdon, you got DeMontis Sabonis and Miles Turner. Like, some help. Like, this could be like a solid core, and it just did not work out.
Speaking of Victor Oladipo, by the way, the other day I got recommended like a YouTube video with like 45 views. Victor Oladipo 2018 highlights. I was like, oh yeah, let's watch these. Let's watch these Oladipo highlights. Him and what's his name, Sabonis, the 2-man action.
Yeah, man. I mean, Sabonis was. I mean, he's the reason I became a Pacers fan. Like, let's be honest here, right? Like, I don't even know if Korey or Kyle knew this, let alone the
news to me.
Yeah, no, I drafted it. Maybe Korey would know this because
I know this.
Okay, yeah, because we were in a fantasy basketball league that like nobody checked, but like I drafted bonus. I think like every year in that league just because
and then 1 year you had Damian Lillard. 1 year you had
no. It was actually funny because when I started to like get into the NBA a little bit, because I had like before high school I had like no interest in the NBA, like anything like that. And then Korey brought me into this basketball league. And when I was like gained a little more interest, I was around COVID, maybe a little afterwards. I was like choosing between like, well, what team do I want to root for? And I was down between the Trailblazers and the Pacers.
Yeah. Because those were your guys. That COVID year that got cut short, you won fantasy basketball.
I did win the fantasy.
Because the season just ended, so Brennan won. All right,
that's supposed to look. But no, I would have been a I would have been a Trailblazers fan because of Dame, and I would have been a Pacers fan because it's a bonus. But then I chose the Pacers, just not knowing anything about basketball.
Pick wisely, except for this year.
Looking hindsight now, yes,
yeah,
absolutely, like the correct choice. We were just in the finals, and it's a great basketball culture out in Indiana. Like,
yeah,
gotta get Tyrese Halliburton.
I guess if I had to pick a Western Conference team, I guess it would be Portland.
No. You don't get to pick more than one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. My Eastern Conference team is the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and how did they play last night, Korey? How did they play last night? Paolo is a liability.
To be fair, let's make it abundantly clear. My Eastern Conference team shifts based off of the players that are on it. I'm a big Paolo Banchero fan, and man. He tried his darndest yesterday.
I agree. I kind of agree with Korey on this. I'm more of a Dame fan. Obviously, when he went to Milwaukee, I did not cheer for him. I wanted nothing to do with the Bucks. But like him in Portland, I mean, like if Dame went to another a team in the West, yeah, cool.
Well, fun fact, Brennan, he did go to another team in the West.
What?
Yeah.
He went to another team in the West.
Where he's at, buddy?
Where he currently is.
Yeah, he's in Portland. He's in Portland.
I meant other team other than the Blazers.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
All right. Well, anyway, enough of that intro for now. Let's rock and roll right into the NBA and the NHL. Those are our big topics of conversation today. I'm sure there's a lot of fun happening in the MLB as well, though.
It's going strong. I mean,
everyone's kind of eating at each other right now.
Yeah,
at this point in the season.
The NL Central is very competitive. I'm not too sure. The Rays are somehow in first in the East. The Red Sox have not looked good, nor have the Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays got swept by both the White Sox and the Rockies. So that's not great. Minnesota has been very surprising, especially coming from a Pirates fan who their manager is right now. How is Derek Shelton leading?
Dude, Derek Shelton, my God, man. Don't even,
No. Derek Shelton is horrible. Don't even.
Okay, honestly. Okay, sure. But honestly, Brennan.
Is garbage.
Brennan, can I say something? If the Minnesota Twins win the World Series, are you not going to be like, you know what? Respect to that?
No?
Not even a little.
Horrible with Pittsburgh.
It wasn't great.
Pirates fan, Kyle. You cannot root for this guy. I get that the front office didn't help him, but some of those decisions in the bullpen, some of those, he cost us games.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, you cannot root for him as a Pirates fan. That dude was horrible.
A damning report on Derek Shelton.
I am not a Derek Shelton guy. But no, it's MLB's pretty much cut and copy right now. The Dodgers are the best team in baseball.
Well, I was going to say, Ohtani hit the mound yesterday, right?
I think he still has a 0 ERA. I don't think he's allowed to run yet. So, he's going
to No. He allowed one yesterday.
He allowed one? Okay. But he went on some crazy streak with 0 ERA. 10
strikeouts yesterday too, though. So
he's the MVP. He's gonna be the MVP every single year. It's just unfair what he's doing. He's probably up there in best player of all conversations now. Well, let me see. The Mets are horrible, which is really funny because they spend all this money every year and they can't do anything.
Can't corral it, yeah.
The NL Central is looking about how we thought it would look.
I really wish that it wasn't like that.
They're just like that, apparently. The worst team in that division is 9-9, and they're a game and a half back from first. So the Rockies suck. Surprise, surprise to absolutely nobody. The White Sox suck. Shocker. The American League West is still wide open.
Everything is still wide open. Let's be
for 10% into the season.
Yeah, not even
I was gonna follow that statement up too with we are still early in the season. So, but yeah,
This could be the year of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Little throwback here of the shirt I have on. Korey knows.
Yeah,
$10, best deal, best find of all time. Kyle, you haven't even seen the back of this shirt, have you?
I do kind of want to see, since Korey decided to leave us. Oh, no, he's putting his hat on.
Hold on.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
a pretty cool shirt.
the funniest shirt ever. It makes no sense. Like, I don't understand why. It's a margarita.
Actually, I now have a Buffalo Bills version of this shirt.
That's
Nice.
cool. That was pretty sick, yeah.
So, yeah.
The one day I went to a Pirates game, like, literally every one of those shirts was in stock. Like, no one was buying. The Pirates.
How much were they selling them for?
I don't know. This is like 2 years ago.
Well, because I was gonna say I got this for $10, and that was 2 years ago.
Well,
so
I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah. I'd buy that for $10. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I bought. I'm like, I have to,
Yeah.
like it's cool. I didn't have a yellow Margaritaville shirt.
I got this hat for I got this hat for free, but I bought another hat to trade it with the person that gave it to me. And I think I
was there when Sammy bought that hat originally.
Yeah, I think the hat I bought was like $5, and I traded it.
I think it was 10. I think it was 10. But that is that hat should not be $10. That should be $45.
This is a great hat. I love this hat.
Beautiful hat. Beautiful hat. I almost bought it. Like, it is gorgeous. But yeah, shout out Phillies.
Shout out Phillies. Yeah. All right. Well,
shout out Pirates.
Okay, well, I want to talk about the NBA, and then we can make my life a little sadder talking about the NHL. The NHL regular season is technically not done, but all but 2 playoff series are set. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the Western Conference there.
It's the Pacific Division, to be more specific.
It's what, the 2-3 game and the
Vegas,
and then whoever.
Yeah.
So what is it right now? The Mammoth have
Vegas is locked in at the 1, I believe, for the Pacific.
Vegas is locked. Then it's the Mammoth, the Oilers, and the Ducks.
The King, right? The Ducks. No. The Oilers, the Mammoth are going to play the Vegas. That's confirmed.
Yeah, they're playing the Golden Knights. Right. Here, let's. I guess we actually are going to talk about the NHL first. All right, let's break down the matchups that we know. We know 6 matchups. Starting Saturday, the 18th, Ottawa plays the Hurricanes at 3 p.m. Then the Wild play the Stars at 5:30, and the Flyers are playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. And nothing more exciting than a matchup like that.
Yeah.
For a first-round playoff series, it doesn't get much better
at night too. That's gonna be sick.
That's how you know it's the game of the night. Yeah, that it's the last one.
It really doesn't get much better than that.
Again, I don't. We can go in order here, but before we get to like some of the other games, I will say I don't know if it's just because I'm at Penn State, but I can feel the hatred.
Yeah, right, I can feel it. Yeah. I can feel it here too, and I'm pumped.
That's awesome.
Literally.
And I will be watching. Longtime viewers know that I have abandoned the little interest in hockey that I had, but I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch that series, and I'll probably watch most of. I'll probably watch most of the first round in general.
You gotta watch Dallas and Minnesota, man. That's gonna be a good series.
So I was gonna say Dallas, Minnesota. I'm definitely watching, and then Boston, Buffalo. I'll definitely watch.
Yeah, sure, because it's Buffalo. But just to extend the Philly and Pittsburgh thing, as a hat that I love. But put it on, man, dude. We're both wearing hats. I think that it's only necessary to just
get this Phillies hat off them. Hold on.
Hey, which one? Which one are we rocking?
It's gotta be the black and the red one. The black and the red one. See, that's a cool hat. Wagon's cool, but no, because that one's better.
A little bit more, so I'll put this.
I wanted to make my point. Sorry, because of my major, I spent all of last week outside of my normal classes, and the person I was paired with is from Philly, and that's the only thing we talked about like the entire week. There was the Flyers they're going to play the Penguins. It's going to be a tough series, and like. That's very easily like the biggest rivalry that those two cities have, because the Phillies and the Pirates, they'll play a few good games, and like the Steelers and the Eagles only play every 3 or 4 years, so I'm so hyped. This is the last series that the Penguins won, period, in the playoffs was against the Flyers, so I'm hoping that luck will continue. So I'm very excited for that.
For those who care, and we'll get right back to NHL talk, the no-hitter in Major League Baseball that was going on right now ended in the 9th inning. Shout out Parker Messick of the Guardians. Almost had it, but
that's a damn shame. But
the rivalry is.
That's going to be. No, it's going to be rocking there. Although what I will say is that they better just wear their normal uniforms. From all of the info that they've been showing, they've only been showing the players in those yellow uniforms, which they're okay, but please just wear the original uniforms. They work perfectly. Yeah. We don't need to, because the last time they wore those at home, they threw that horrible series against the Islanders. I don't want to think about that while I'm watching this series. So just wear the OG jerseys, please. Although Buffalo should wear these black and red ones.
We're rocking the blue and gold.
Nah, man.
We don't have a white alternate for this, so it's got to be.
Then just wear your normal alternate. I mean that's what Dallas is doing.
I guess, but like, why would we? It's like two separate colors. What are Dallas's alternate colors? They're
doing like the old '90s one that has like the stars kind of like as like an accent piece of the jersey.
Green and black, like.
Sure, but I mean,
you cannot wear these. You cannot wear 4 separate colors in the same playoffs. Like, you can't wear black and red.
That 2016.
Wear yellow and blue, like.
Or it was 2016. Yeah, they wore the gold one because that was before they went fully with the pure yellow like this. They wore the gold ones on the road, and they wore the pure yellow ones at home.
Those are like. They're more similar in black. There is not a single color in these two hats that match.
Enough. I don't know why we're even arguing about this. Let's, Korey.
Well, hey, I want to talk. One last thing before we get off the uniform talk. Maybe controversial opinion. I think the best color that the Penguins have ever worn is the light blue.
The Blues,
those will not
they
come
got to
back.
bring those back.
They're not coming back unless Crosby's gone. So pick your poison.
How? What do you mean, man? Those are perfect.
Crosby doesn't. Do you not know? Do you not remember
I don't know this. Yeah, that's crazy.
Those blue jerseys.
That would be perfect. That would be Nirvana. I would love to wear those.
Those would be cool, but they're not coming back until Crosby is also retired because he doesn't like those.
Okay.
But also, speaking of the uniform talk, have you not seen the stuff that's been going around about the same teams wearing wearing the same colors?
Yeah.
They are?
Pittsburgh's like the only city that does that. It's kind of cool. Seattle kind of does it. Seattle kind of, but it's different blues.
Yeah.
And different like yellows, but yeah.
It's like going around the internet right now. It's like everyone's talking about it. Like should each sports team in the city wear the same colors?
It's kind of hard to do at this point, I feel. I think you just had to have done it.
It is.
I cannot see the Sabres wearing these colors. I just can't.
If the Houston Rockets want to go orange, and
that would be sick. I could totally see Houston doing.
For the Astros, that would be
nice.
I think the Rockets could pull that off.
Could look great.
Now the Texans.
It's all aeronautical. I mean,
Texans. I think honestly, I know the Rangers would be taking a huge, rebrand. So I want to keep it with the Astros.
I could see I think
I could see the blue standing through too if we want to go a Rangers route.
Well, Rangers would be with the Cowboys. So that'd be like Dallas. That wouldn't be Houston.
See, and that could work too because I could see the Rangers wearing the Cowboys, and I could absolutely see the Mavericks switching to that Cowboys navy blue.
That'd be nice.
The Mavericks would be sick that way, dude. I mean, absolutely. Like, seriously. Now, one team would be the Stars, but.
All right. Well, moving on to Sunday.
Moving right along.
We've got Bruins Sabres. Time is to be determined.
Canadians. It won't be at 1 o'clock because the Celtics are playing at 1.
Canadians Lightning and Mammoth Golden Knights. And we are, of course, waiting on 2 other series. I don't know exactly when those
will be played Monday, I believe.
My bad. Okay, the 2-3 game would be played Monday, but that the wild card against Colorado would be the first game on Sunday.
That's rough, man.
So it would be 3 games Saturday, 4. It would be 3 games Saturday, 4 games Sunday, 1 Monday.
You're to play tonight and then have to, if you're, I don't know. I mean, I would assume the Kings are the most likely team to be in that
Thursday.
spot.
I mean, you still got 3 days to turn around. I mean, that's fine.
I don't know. That just seems rough to me. Because we've known that the Wild and the Stars are going to be playing in this series for the last 2 weeks. So they had all this time to kind of. It was actually they locked in that playoff format matchup, and then they played. I think they played a day or two after that series was locked up. So they actually literally got homework. Practice. Yeah, they got homework in for it.
Hey, it's a mutual thing. I mean, it's not like it's putting either team at a disadvantage. I mean, and Colorado is going to win the series anyway. So I don't
Colorado. I don't. Who's locked in to play Colorado right now?
No one. That's the point.
If the playoffs started today, it would be the Kings.
Okay.
Which I would assume that's probably going to happen because I think in order for it to be anyone else, it has to be the Ducks have to lose. The Ducks actually, funnily enough, are losing right now, and the Kings would have to lose. What?
But the Ducks playing Utah right now, right?
They're playing Nashville. St. Louis is playing Utah. That game means nothing.
Yeah.
The Oilers play Vancouver, which, I don't know if he knows, they are the worst team in the NHL.
Yes.
So, odds are they're not going to be playing Colorado. I think that would be hilarious if they did, if Connor McDavid had to go on the road first round, last seed, to the, President's Trophy winners. But,
that would be so funny.
Would be very funny.
But
I really doubt that it would happen, though.
The Pacific Division was atrocious.
It really brings in the conversation.
You're looking up stats right now. Look, I think you have the standings pulled up too. How many teams in the East as a whole would have made the playoffs in the Pacific or won the Pacific?
Okay, in the East as a whole, so
Washington is tied with Vegas with points, and they missed the playoffs.
It would be so Washington, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Carolina, Ottawa, Boston, Montreal, Tampa Bay, and Buffalo. So 9.
Over half of the Eastern Conference.
Half of the conference
is better than the Pacific.
It's better than the Pacific. Think about that.
And I mean, you also got to think. I mean, Vegas only has 39 wins on the season. They don't even have 40 wins.
Yeah, they have the Pacific locked up.
Check how many regulation wins Vegas has. RW should be the stat.
They have 30. They have 30 flat. Yeah.
And the Kings, which are locked into a playoff spot, have 22.
That's who I was thinking of. The Los Angeles Kings have 22 regulation wins are going to the playoffs.
They had a week where they only played overtime games.
That is less than the Toronto Maple Leafs. That is
who are the bottom,
the last team in the entire Eastern Conference in terms of regulation wins. The Rangers have less points, but they have more regulation wins. They have 25.
By the way, that's the first tiebreaker in the NHL too.
Regulation wins. I think that's fair. I don't know. Is it not?
Or is it No, it's the second because regulation.
I think it's at the bottom of the screen. I think tiebreaking procedure. Hang on.
Regulation plus overtime wins is the first tiebreaker. Then regulation wins is the second.
Greatest number of games won, excluding games won in overtime or by shootout. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a second.
And then yeah. So I mean, I don't know, but I am. To get back on topic after we've trailed off like 100 different times. The series, I don't know, Brennan, if you want to just like shout out like an underrated series, but I am honestly very, very excited for this Tampa Montreal series.
See, I think it's kind of getting over. If you wanted an underrated series, I'd probably, from an outsider's perspective, I'd probably say Buffalo Boston, just because of the other.
It's not underrated.
I'm talking about underrated.
Okay, not only is that underrated, it's not even coming from an outside source because you are wearing a Sabres hat currently. You are in support of one of the teams. You're like, oh, yeah, pretty underrated.
I'm not saying
I understand
it's underrated. You look.
Yeah, what are you talking about? The Sabres are the top team in their division, playing a team that was, that were winning titles a couple of years ago.
We're pretty close to it, yeah. I mean,
like compared contenders from a couple of years ago. This is like a perfect,
No one is putting this Buffalo series under the radar. At least they shouldn't.
Yeah,
be.
as far as one seed series goes, like
what I'm saying is, you have a Pittsburgh Philly series, you have a Tampa Montreal series, you have a Dallas Minnesota series. I would argue all three of those series are better than Buffalo. That puts them at 4.
So then why are you now saying that it's an underrated series if you're saying it's not even a good series? What are you saying?
It's being overlooked by 3 series that are better.
No, we weren't overlooking it. You're the one that says it's underrated. Oh my God!
I feel like if people are talking about this Buffalo series because this is the first series that Buffalo has played in 14 years.
Yeah.
In over a decade and a half.
People care about this series. Just like you hop into the NBA, people are excited about this Spurs Trailblazers series because it's the Blazers are back in the playoffs. That series is gonna suck. It's gonna be terrible, but people are excited. People are underrated.
Everybody's excited. I mean, it's exciting, but it's an underrated series compared to the rest. I think because I think people
in
this Buffalo Boston series are leaning one way or the other. It's going to be an exciting series. Boston has owned us.
That's true.
These past couple of years, it's not going to be an easy test. A lot of people are
agreed. It's going to be a good series.
It's going to be a good series.
It's under everybody's.
I just
feel like go one way or the other.
I just feel like the storyline of the Tampa Montreal because it's a rematch of 2021 Stanley Cup final. It's like a team that's still old but still pretty grizzled and veteran proven and with Tampa. I sent you that TikTok because I thought of you immediately.
Yeah, it was exactly what that is.
Korey, can I explain this to Korey? Korey, do you remember the beginning commercial of the Cars movie where they introduce
the opening scene of Cars?
Strip Weathers, Chick Hicks, and Lightning McQueen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that, but it was with Tampa, Montreal, and Buffalo. And Buffalo is Lightning McQueen scenario, which I think is funny.
It's true.
It's just that classic. It's Strip Weathers and I can't believe I'm saying this. Strip Weathers and Chick Hicks. This is the 2 best racers in the division, and we're going to see them play in this series. It's going to be really cool. And Buffalo, can they win their first title in this season? We'll see. It'll be quite interesting.
It's a gauntlet. It is. I think the path is there for them to get out of the East. I think they're going to lose to whatever team is in the West, though. And I think that goes for everybody in the East as well.
I don't know if they could beat Carolina, is what I would say.
I don't know if Carolina gets there, though, because they are the Buffalo of the NHL.
I think Carolina
has gone on more because you guys said this earlier in the year that whoever comes out of the West is going to win. And as the season has gone on more, I do believe that more and more. I do like Carolina still, against a lot of these teams.
I like Carolina too.
It should be, but
it should be. I think Tampa is probably a little bit of a safer.
Tampa's a nice pick.
The cup out of the East. Again, Carolina are the Buffalo Bills of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
They can never quite.
I think, and I know, and Kyle, I know your team has had struggles in Carolina. Mine has too. I don't think the Sabres or the Penguins have won a game in Raleigh since 2016.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
That being
over
said,
a decade.
Yeah. That being said, though, I think the Penguins could take down the Hurricanes in the second round.
Let's get past the Flyers before we say anything like that.
I think Pittsburgh should take
the Flyers. Excuse my alliteration. Are on fire. They are.
But I think. Do you really want to go against Sidney Crosby? And
no, I guess not.
It's not a Mike Sullivan team anymore. Dan
it's
Hughes
not. Yeah, it's
fired up. I mean, it
is a very surprising mix of veterans and guys who flew under the radar and young stars. Like, oh my God, Anthony Mantha scored 33 goals this season.
Anthony Mantha, after being absolutely
Ben
terrific.
Kimmel's been great. After the trade. Oh my God, Erik Karlsson, has been the best offensive defenseman.
He's been.
Yeah, but I think Karlsson really has just, hold his weight and then some.
Norris. If it doesn't go to Dahlin, it'll probably go to Erik Karlsson. There's some other guys in there too, but
that and how good Chinikov has been since the trade from Columbus has also been great.
And you got Stuart Skinner has been very stable. He's been
they gotta. That's kind of the one.
Would you rather have Stuart Skinner? I know they're the same.
Stuart Skinner, but I think I'd rather start Shilovs in the series before I would start Skinner. But I don't know. I have not seen a playoff win from the Penguins since 2018, which was, how old was I in 2018? 13 years old, and I'm now legally able to drink alcohol. So it's been quite a history since then, and I'm really just kind of waiting on that playoff win for me to really talk my smack more than I really want to.
Since I was 6 years old, and now I can drink alcohol.
Yeah, you know what hockey was when you were 6 years old, all right? I don't want to hear it.
That's right. That's how far we've gone. But no, anyways, I get it's a rivalry series. I get both teams hate each other. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be a bloodbath.
Gritty is going to be there, yeah.
It's going to be gritty.
Yeah, gritty will be. I totally forgot that's the name of the Flyers.
No, gritty.
It's a good joke. That was my ball joke a few nights ago. You like that?
No, but anyways, it's going to be an amazing series. I just don't know how you can bet against Sidney Crosby, dude.
Yeah.
At this stage in his career, especially, he's not losing to the Pens' biggest rivals. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
Washington or Philly, but you choose. But I don't think he's losing to the Flyers like that.
I like Pittsburgh in the series, but like Kyle has said, and like we talked about earlier, people around me that are Philly fans in general, are very excited about the way the Flyers have ended their season, as they should be.
Same with my group that are a bunch of Flyers fans that are very excited.
Yeah, with the amount of noise I've heard, it's hard to feel like this series will be short. But I think Pittsburgh is an established
coming over from Michigan State a couple weeks ago has been tremendous. And then of course you got to talk. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Who did they trade for with what was it, Anaheim? Trevor Zegras. Zegras has been amazing. I mean, Michkov's been pretty good too. It's a solid team. They're on fire right now. Went all the way into the playoffs. I mean, they're very, very good. So they're not to be slept on. But again, I just don't think how old is he now? 38? Sidney Crosby?
Yeah, they're all 38.
I just don't think a 38-year-old Sidney Crosby is going to want to go out. And I don't think it's going to be his last year anyway.
Definitely not his last year.
Definitely not. I just don't think at the end of his later stages of his career, he's going to want to go out on a bad loss to the Philadelphia Flyers of all teams.
Yeah.
I think they're going to pull through.
Yeah. I'm excited though. Let's continue with NHL because we've only been talking about Eastern teams and we kind of talked about the playoff scenario there, but man, I wanted to bring this up earlier. It's kind of a shame that we are getting Minnesota and Dallas in round one. I mean, we've had this conversation pretty continually, but it's a fair conversation to have. It's both of those teams would have very easily won the Pacific, and because they are in the same division, they are forced to play each other rather than getting an easier team at the draw and then maybe meeting in the second or third round. Like,
yeah, but I mean, you can complain about that, but then if you go into the East, then we don't have Flyers, Penguins,
Well, yeah. See,
you take what you can, like people. Sometimes you're gonna love division rivalries in the first round, like you are with Penguins Flyers, even though that shouldn't really be happening points wise. But like in this situation, yeah, these are both competitive teams, but like it just creates more exciting series. Like I do think like the division split in the way that is, it's like I do think it's effective in creating early interest in playoff series.
Yeah,
because it immediately makes exciting matchups, because it's either going to be a rivalry of some sort, or it's going to be like two really good teams because they're both deserving. Like I think the NHL is winning in terms of playoff series here in the first round.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
I think you get into shaky situations when you move into the next couple rounds. But and
you look, and I think this format really does cater towards having two divisional games, and I know the wild cards aren't always the same, especially in the East. It's shaping up because you're going to get an Atlantic Conference at least one matchup in the second round, whether it be some combination of Buffalo, Tampa, Montreal, Boston are going to be playing each other in the second round. And then in the Metro, you're likely getting a Hurricanes versus Pens Flyers in that second series as well. Because don't think Ottawa.
I'm not disagreeing with the concept of it being interesting. Like, I think it is cool that we are going to have like that continued into the playoffs after the first round, have like a more of a fight throughout the division. I'm just saying I would be personally offended if like I'm Dallas and I think I'm the second team in the league in points wise.
Because Dallas, first of all, they have to go through Minnesota. Then if they win that, they have to play Colorado.
That's what I'm saying. They're on the exact same side of the bracket as Colorado. I would be pretty angry.
It's kind of interesting how this is playing out this year, because in the West, that is like everybody's argument as to why the NHL should bring back the 1-8 seeding. But in the East, you have the argument as to why they got rid of it in the first place. So it's kind of like a flip a coin here. You have examples of why both one would work, one would not, and vice versa.
Exactly, and we've seen for years across, like if you want to look at the NBA even this year, it's like if you there are situations where you can just have a loaded conference as a whole, and I would argue that's kind of happening in the NHL right now too, where the Western Conference is just loaded as a whole, which makes it so that just about every matchup is going to be tough.
The Pacific is not good.
I understand the Pacific is horrible, but and that makes things a little bit interesting, but it also like. In some ways, if you remove that and you make it a 1-8 seeding, then you look at a situation like you have in the NBA where, like, Denver is not the Denver Nuggets are not having an any easier schedule than the Dallas Stars are going to have here, in the playoffs, and they're doing 1-8 season. They're playing the Timberwolves. They're like they made the conference finals twice, and that's because that's just a competitive conference as a whole. Yeah. So it's like you take 1-8 seeding. Now all that happens is like, most of the teams from the Central Division are better than the teams in the Pacific Division, and now you just have those teams butting head, and then now every matchup is going to be competitive there too. So it doesn't really change a whole lot in terms of the path. It changes a little bit of the first round, and again, I think Brennan nailed it on the head. Like, what's happening in the East is showing exactly why you get rid of it in the first place. And I think it's fun this way to make it like there's a reason to watch the first round right now.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I don't think it matters what your playoff format is, because at the end of the day, and you can say what you want about the Pacific Division, this is kind of where it gets a little tough, but at the end of the day, these are all teams that were good enough to make the playoffs and the bad teams are going to get weeded out. So at the end of the day, the team that was probably going to make it through is going to make it through, because you can sit up here and talk about Colorado and Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, all you want. Like, at the end of the day, only one of those teams is going to go through anyways. And whether you play them in the first round, the second round, or the Western Conference Finals, you're going to have to play one another to get to the Stanley Cup.
Absolutely.
It's just a matter of what round you play them in at that point. And I guess if you're looking at this from a financial, like a money standpoint, then maybe your answer is a little different, because obviously the later rounds are going to attract more viewers than the early rounds. But it is interesting, kind of a dynamic. And as a general sports fan, and as someone who watches a lot of it, I just don't think it really matters that much, especially organizationally, like players, coaches standpoint, because again, all of these teams made the playoffs. All of these teams are good enough to make the playoffs. All could go on to win the Stanley Cup, win the NBA Finals. It's just a matter of who you're playing that week, and you're going to have to go through the tough teams anyways to get there. Like,
I agree, and I have three things to add. First, I don't know. Hold on, did my connection go out? I have three things to add. First, Brennan, you were talking about how viewership. There's going to be more viewers in the later rounds than in the early rounds. That's exactly why you want to put attention on the early rounds, because people are going to be watching those later rounds anyway. Like, and even if people think it's teams that don't deserve to be there or whatever, then you got Cinderella storylines, you got exciting stuff. Like, people are going to watch, NHL fans are going to watch those later rounds no matter what.
100%.
You got to bring them into those first rounds, and you got to bring the casual fan into those first rounds. So that's one, and this format is doing that. So that's one thing. Second thing, you're talking about how just about every team in the playoffs, they're good enough to make the playoffs. And yes, there are concerns with the Pacific. It's like the best team in the Pacific straight up just is not good enough to be the number 2 seed, if it's a 1 through 8 seed. Not at all. Not even remotely close. But the 4 teams that are making the playoffs, at least from a points finish wise, they're not like that far. Like, they all deserve to, in some capacity, to be in the playoffs. They're not awful teams.
Bubble,
Exactly. So you're not really throwing off, like, offsetting too much competition in this situation. And the last thing I'll say before I let Kyle go is, yes, 100%, whoever's going to win is going to go through the heat of the competition anyway. And an example that I have for this is our fantasy football league. The first year that we did divisions, Brennan, Kyle, and another one of our friends were all in the same division, and they had, 11, 12-win season. Like,
that was pretty good. I was very happy with my team. They
all had great seasons. And I had, I had a 10-win season, too, but I had a lot less points than they did, and I was in the other division, and so I got the 2 seed. And it's like, yeah, you can complain and whine all you want. I won the championship because I beat everybody I played. I still, I ended up with a good season at the end, and at the end of the regular season, and then was able to win the playoffs. And that's what you're looking at with teams. Sure, over in the Eastern Conference, Pittsburgh is lower in terms of points than other playoff teams, but they are an established team that can make a run. Their opponents, the Flyers, are a team that can make a run. And that's an exciting matchup that's happening. Whoever is going to make a run to the Stanley Cup Finals is a team that's going to deserve it, and they're going to earn it. And every team here is capable of earning that. It's just making these matchups more exciting earlier on. So sorry, that your Dallas Minnesota series happened so early, but if it was gonna happen anyway, might as well.
It's not like Dallas and Minnesota have to play. They get to avoid Colorado. No, you're still probably going to have to go through Colorado in the Western Conference Finals. It's not like you don't have to play them. Oh, you still have to beat whatever team comes out of the East.
It's also not like Vegas. If Vegas wants to win, they would still have to go through too. They're not getting an unfair advantage. It's they might be favored to win their first round matchup when otherwise they wouldn't be if it was 1 through 8 seeding. But they're still going to have to face whatever team would be winning.
Can I maybe? Okay, again, it's like I'm not going against the concept that the matchups are interesting. Can I maybe use an example of something that just recently happened? It would be like if in March Madness, like there were like the teams that were like habitually good, so like a Duke, Florida, XYZ. Which, by the way, did you guys see Cam Boozer is going back to Duke? It's kind of crazy. But it's like if they paired all of like those really good teams with each other, and then they paired like all the mid majors to each other in the same bracket, and then the argument is like, oh, all of these games are going to be good, and people are going to watch them in the first few rounds, and then when it tapers out towards the end. And hey, still at the end of the day, even if Marymount makes the finals, like they're still probably going to get their ass beat by Duke. But like Duke still would have made it otherwise if they had to play Marymount in the first round. It's like, well, it's not like at that point you're not getting
March Madness is a tough example
tournament.
March Madness is a tough example because I think it is the only example in the entire sports world where people are watching the first rounds more than they're watching the lead rounds.
Like those first round games are iconic because you watch it.
They're
it's
only
like,
iconic though because of the upsets. They're not iconic because they're not iconic because you're watching Duke and Loyola. You're watching it because it's the sanctity of the entire sport.
My point is that there is no incentive. There is no incentive in that situation to make the first round games that good because people are going to watch the first round games anyway. There is an incentive to make the championship good. So if you've got a situation where now you're having Loyola Marymount play and Duke in the championship, now people. I don't know why I decided to solo Marymount. No, it's really going to tank all of your viewers.
Adding on to Korey's argument here, because college and professionals are completely different from one another because in professional leagues, everybody, and it may not be this way, everyone has the same amount of chances to win the cup, to win the championship. Every team is quote unquote equal in terms of their talent. They all made it this far in their careers. They're all NHL, NBA caliber players. March Madness, you have your majors, you have your mid majors. Duke is getting way, way more resources than a team like Loyola Marymount or Mount St. Mary.
And you have players in March Madness. You have players in March Madness that have no business getting millions of viewers on their games right now.
That's right.
That have no business playing in front of the crowds they're playing against because they're just not good enough players. It's not happening in professional sports leagues. Like, you're not throwing things off by having
any team can be good any year. I mean, look, your Penguins were supposed to finish last in the Metro.
That's right.
Like, you're not saying...
And some people, not me, but some people thought the Maple Leafs were going to be really good this year.
Yeah.
That's different.
It's
you just say Maple Leafs to say Maple Leafs.
It's like, do you think a team... Like, I'm trying to think of a tournament, like a tournament team here, not just like a random mid-major that no one's... But, like, do you really think a team, like let's just use Akron as an example. Do you really think a team like Akron is going to go on to win the national championship ever?
Statistically, maybe.
What are the
there's a non-zero chance that Akron wins the title next year.
And that's the beauty. And that's the beauty of March Madness. That's not the beauty of the NHL playoffs. The NHL playoffs is you have good teams playing good teams already. You've got established professional play.
Yeah.
So let's get out of hockey.
Let's wrap us in a bow. Let's wrap us in a bow. Let's move on. Yeah.
All right, let's get on the NBA. Unlike the NHL, the NBA already has playoff matchups set. We are waiting on just 2 matchups because the play-in tournament games are happening Friday. And the reason why all this happened is because the Flyers played a game yesterday or 2 days ago, and the 76ers ended up having to host the play-in game against the Magic, so they weren't able to play 2 days ago, so they had to play yesterday, and they need their extra days of rest, so they're playing the play-in games, the last play-in games, on Friday, and that is what is happening. But so with that being said, in the Western Conference, we have Phoenix, who just fell to the Trailblazers, playing against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. That is an a 7 versus 10 matchup for the 8 seed to play the OKC Thunder. And then in the Eastern Conference, we have an 8 and 9 matchup the way things normally are. Orlando is hosting the red-hot Charlotte Hornets. And before we talk about anything else, let's talk about it, Kyle. Yeah, I'm sure you watched the play a few times. I'm sure you watched.
I did.
Let's talk about your Miami Heat and what happened to our good friend LaMelo Ball, who has been. Let's break down the fine. Let's break down the fine first. $35,000 fine for the injury, for causing the injury. $25,000 fine for cursing on national TV. So very equivalent things there. Kyle, let's talk about.
Okay, so they after the fact called a flagrant foul on LaMelo Ball, which, Korey, correct me if I'm wrong, means that the Miami Heat should fly back to Charlotte and shoot 2 free throws and get the ball back in a game that they only lost by one, okay? They should have to replay the down, let them play it again.
Because typically,
That's stupid, man.
Typically, whenever you're upgrading a play to a flagrant foul in post, like, the point of it is, like, just to give the fine, because it's not usually that big of a deal, because it was already called a foul, and now it's a flagrant foul. So the only thing that would have changed in the game is that you get possession back right then, which doesn't really matter. In this case, it was not a foul at all, and now it's a flagrant. And what's funny is you can say, yeah, you guys need 2 free throws. What also would have happened if there was a foul is that LaMelo Ball wouldn't have been left wide open on the other end to get a fast break dunk right after, because Miami got the fast break, missed their shot, and then Charlotte got a fast break, and LaMelo Ball scored. So you have 4 points, basically, that are unaccounted for by this redo. But honestly, it's not really worth going back. Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat said that that's not the reason they lost the game. But at the end of the day, you know, it's crazy play. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, that is wild. That is a wild thing to have happened. And his defense, I don't know if you heard his defense. His defense was that he hit his head and he didn't know where he was. So he got
a concussion? A player who, I don't know, there's a clip from like 2 years ago of him doing these. There's a clip of him doing the exact same thing to Bam Adebayo 2 years ago.
It doesn't, the way they're showing it on ESPN, it doesn't look like he hit his head.
Yeah, so on the way down, he like kind of bumped his own teammate, Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
He kind of bumps Kalkbrenner, and then he lands, and then he sees Bam's foot. He's already
his prime directive to smack his ankle.
Bam is trying to save a ball. He's already fallen off bounds. He might already fall, but instead of falling naturally to the ground, LaMelo Ball wipes his legs out from under him, flips over, and lands right on his butt and injured his lower back there. And it's a really scary play, really crazy.
You're telling me the fact that the Miami Heat lost their best player in was that the first quarter?
Yeah, he played 11 minutes.
He played 11 minutes.
It was the second quarter, but he only got to play 11 minutes. Yeah,
he played 11 minutes in a game, in the most important game in their team's season. The best player, and then he gets hurt very intentionally. I don't care who you are. You look at that. He goes down because Korey, you texted me. Oh, he was catching himself. He fully catches himself with that hand.
He already got it. Looked up.
And then it swipes his leg. Completely, entirely.
Yeah, I agree.
Changes direction, swipes his ankle.
And also people. So Miami Heat fans immediately after. Brian Windhorst has been talking about this clip a lot in the last couple of days. But Miami Heat fans immediately found a clip from like 2 years ago of LaMelo Ball doing the exact same thing to Bam Adebayo after scoring. So Bam scores, he's running down, LaMelo's on the ground, he tries to trip him coming up the court.
That was even more intentional too. That example was.
So LaMelo Ball does have a history, and it's funny because
by the way, LaMelo hasn't reached out to Bam about the
he
thing.
hasn't reached out.
He is not.
Yeah, he said in his press conference, he's like, I'll check in on him. He did not check in.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Much like that car accident he got into, he just dipped. He just left.
Yeah. Speaking of car accidents and dipping, freaking Kelly Oubre on the Philadelphia 76ers might be the most annoying basketball player to watch. I hate him with every fiber of my being, dude.
Why do you not like Kelly Oubre?
No, dude. Kelly Oubre is literally just a nuisance. That's his job. And I understand that's his job and he's doing it. He's doing a good job. But yesterday, he hip checked one of the Magic players, and Paolo Banchero stepped in and was like, yo, you can't do that. And so he got upset, and Paolo Banchero got a technical foul. And then Kelly Oubre starts laughing and pointing at him like he's 9 years old. He's like, and then he got a technical foul, and he goes, oh. Shut up, dude. And then the entire rest of the game, he's kind of wrestling players. He's making stupid faces. And meanwhile, of course, he actually has a good game. He played well. And I'm like, I hate you. I hate Kelly Oubre, man. And of course, my dream was that Orlando would win that 7-8 game, and then Charlotte would win that 8-seed game. But instead, we have to watch at least 4 games of the Celtics versus the 76ers, which I understand is a beautiful rivalry in history. I don't care about the 76ers without Joel Embiid as I watch Tyrese Maxey laying on the floor complaining about fouls and Kelly Oubre freaking acting like a literal child while 95-year-old Paul George tries to make a couple of 3-pointers. Maybe this year, Paul George will go deep into his bag and go back into that 2021 time. In the playoffs, he threw a shot off the side of the backboard. Maybe we'll get one of those.
First of all.
That was fiery.
I just feel like
Sixers suck, man. I hate the Sixers.
I don't know what it is. Just Kelly Oubre feels like the most 76ers player of all time.
He's got that red hair right now.
I should know this. Who was the player that was on the Sixers that got traded to the Bucks? The guard. I think he was a guard. Not too long, like 2 years ago, maybe. Oh, he was causing problems with the Pacers fans. In the
Patrick Beverly.
Yeah, Pat Bev. Yeah. Like those.
Who then got fired?
No.
Pat Bev got fired on the Bucks because in his last ever game with the Bucks, in the post game presser, so a female reporter was asking him a question, and he goes, "Excuse me, are you subscribed to my podcast?" And she's like, "No," and he's like, "Then you're not allowed to ask me any questions."
Dude, okay. We have to have this very clear distinction.
He's one of my least favorite players in the NBA.
We have to have this very clear distinction between Kelly Oubre Jr. and Patrick Beverly. Kelly Oubre Jr. is a nuisance on purpose. Patrick Beverly is a nuisance not on purpose. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
No. They both were nuisances. They're both nuisances on purpose, and they both are fucking stupid. I'm sorry, I cursed on the baseball podcast, but I don't like them at all. I
don't mind the 76ers. I mean, I like Tyrese Maxey. I don't know why. It's just and maybe it's because I've been to 2 NBA games in my life. Both have been at Wells Fargo Center or whatever it's called now. And both have been with really bad Sixers teams where either Tyrese Maxey or Joel Embiid is not playing. So you're seeing the PA announcer go,
that injury report. The one. So we went to a Sixers-Pacers game last year, and the Sixers pulled up the injury report, and literally every single player on their roster was on it, and it had a damn Bona starting, and
I guess who started? Kelly Oubre Jr.
It was horrible. It was terrible. But anyway, so we had to bear
and Kelly Oubre Jr.
One Greg's part of the
play.
What?
Did Maxey play? I think
that game. No, he did not.
I swore he did. Hold on.
Maybe. I don't know, but every other player didn't. Anyway, this year, Maxey is here. He's playing. He's a great player. I don't like watching him, and he's going to play the Boston Celtics. The one bright spot of the Sixers, in my mind, is VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe is fun to watch, and he's a good young player. I like him.
You wanna know the starting lineup for the
From that
Sixers
game?
we went to. I have it pulled up here.
It was horrible. It was terrible.
You're right. Maxey did not play. All right. So, first of all, you had, and this is going, I don't know what order this is in. Anyways, you had the starting lineup for the 76ers. I'll just read it down the list. Ricky Council the fifth. Or not the fifth, like the fourth. Ricky Council the fourth. You had Gorshon Yabusele.
Yeah, Yabusele.
Adam Bona.
Adam Bona.
Jeff Downton Jr.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jeff Downton Jr. played that game.
24 points, by the way.
Yeah, he played good.
Yeah.
It was a bucket that game, huh? Wasn't it?
Huge Jeff Downton
Jared Butler.
Jared Butler? I don't remember him at all.
He had 17, 3, and 4 that game. Not bad. And then, so that was your starting lineup. They had an 8-man rotation work in this game, too. Off the bench, you had Jalen Hood Schifino.
Yeah, that's right. Schifino.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh native, bro. Let's go. Jalen Hood Schifino.
You had Alex Reese. And then my favorite player, probably of all time, if you know, you know, Pacers legend, O'Shea Brissett.
O'Shea! The fact that O'Shea didn't even start that game is crazy to me.
No,
also, I lied. There's one other bright spot in the Sixers other than VJ Edgecombe, and it's Fat Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond.
Where is this coming from, man? Where's Andre Drummond coming from now? I mean, that dude is awesome.
Yeah, Fat Andre Drummond. Fat Andre Drummond is looking way different than he did back in his prime, but he's playing great. He played great yesterday, and I'm a big Fat Andre Drummond fan. And of course, I am going to always call him Fat Andre Drummond because this is not Max player Andre Drummond. This is not Pistons rebounding champion Andre Drummond. This is Fat Andre Drummond, and he's playing different, and he's playing good offensively, and he's fun. It's fun to watch. So him and VJ Edgecombe are great. So they get to play the Celtics. They're probably going to lose in 4 games, honestly.
Probably.
But that gets to happen. Meanwhile, either the Hornets or the Magic get to play the Detroit Pistons, which honestly, in some ways, is an easier matchup. Speaking of the Detroit Pistons, kind of going all over the place. Kate Cunningham got approved to forego the 65 game rule.
So did Luka, right?
What Luka did too, yes. Anthony Edwards tried to get a waiver and he got denied. But I'll tell you what. Kate Cunningham and Luka Doncic both definitely deserved it. They both led their teams to great success this season, especially Kate, and both of them are probably going to be first teamers. Which is deserved. They deserve to have that. You know?
Luka, he won an entire month averaging 38. It just sucks what happened, man. I mean, the Lakers were catching heat at the right time. Literally, the one thing they couldn't do was all get injured, and they all got injured.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. Under the radar thing, and yes, they were playing tanking teams, but I'm pretty sure, just off the top of my head, last 3 or 4 games of the season, I'm pretty sure LeBron averaged 35. He's back in LeBron form. This could be an exciting Rockets series. LeBron versus the Rockets.
No.
If LeBron carries this Lakers team without Luka,
the Rockets are going to win. Right? The Rockets are easily going to win this series.
The Rockets are going to win. 100%,
we're going to make it a little tough for ourselves here and there, but we're going to play great.
If LeBron wins, or
Met tops in 40-point game the other day.
Yeah, if LeBron wins the championship with this Lakers team, I will concede that he's the greatest of all time.
That's fair.
Dude, he will be the greatest individual athlete of all time if he could honestly do that.
Seriously.
Well, hey,
41 years old.
He'd have to pull out a 2018 Cavs performance.
Yeah,
with literally the worst roster to ever make the finals.
He's never been around, yeah.
And he just made it happen. Not the worst roster he's ever been around. The worst roster he's ever been around is that Lakers team his first year there with Lonzo Ball that didn't make the playoffs.
Or when his point guard was a Roomba. That's pretty rough. And then he ended. Do that.
I got 3 kids, and they also play for the Cavs.
I do the pick and roll. I pick up his laundry
Pick up his
and roll
laundry
it over to his house.
Shout out SNL.
That's a classic SNL vid, bro.
I don't even think that aired on their show. I think it was a digital short, like digital only. And it's like one of their funniest clips ever.
It's
It
hilarious.
is, yeah. Particularly the last 15 years, probably.
Yeah. The other Cavaliers. Anyway, let's keep rolling as we wrap up this show here. So let's do a quick rapid fire of each of these series, guys. So
Do we want to do NHL in there too? Just rapid fire, like
yeah, we can rapid fire NHL.
Let's start with NBA. Let's start with NBA though. Let's start with NBA.
Yeah.
NBA. Okay, does it matter who makes the 8 seed in the West against the Thunder?
I'm picking. Detroit.
I think I honestly would be interested to see.
Sorry, yeah.
I'd be more interested to see maybe I don't know. I'd be interested to see both. I'd be interested to see both for different reasons.
Warriors would be really fun.
I think the Warriors will probably take more games off of them, but the Suns will stay competitive. But yeah, I have the Thunder in 5 no matter what. That series, okay. Lakers Rockets. I think the Rockets are going to give themselves a little bit of issues, but then we'll bounce back against the Thunder in the next round. We will have 6 games to win this series.
I would agree with that. I like 6
Rockets
for that series.
And I will say I think at least Reeves will come back for 1 game. I think that's my prediction.
We'll see.
And then Nuggets, Timberwolves. I take Nuggets, and I think it will go to 7.
It's really hard to pick, honestly, either team. Like it's that is
the Nuggets have had an
one
excellent end of the season. I love what they've done at the end of the season. The way their second team, their bench beat the Spurs.
I saw that. Yeah.
What a game.
Their bench team, won a
one
game.
One quarter of Jokic and their second team took down. And also, we never talked about Boston's third team beat the Orlando Magic in the last game of the season, who were trying because Jamal Mosley does not know how to coach. He wasn't going to play Desmond Bane and then put him back in out of nowhere in the fourth quarter. And so he did the same thing with Franz Wagner after he got injured. And Luka Garza, one of my favorite players in the league, the former National Player of the Year, 2-time National Player of the Year. He had a legacy game. But anyway, does anyone take the Timberwolves? I take Nuggets in 7.
I can't bet against Jokic. He's the best player in the league. It
is pretty close to a coin flip for me, though. Like it is going to be a damn good series. I probably just over the fact that the Nuggets have. I was about to say home ice, but yeah, why not? Yeah, the fact that they have home ice to start the series, I would probably just go Minnesota, or I would go Denver.
Spurs, Blazers, Spurs in 5.
Spurs, yeah, yeah.
Pistons. Let's say it's Orlando. If it's Orlando, I say Pistons in 6.
I still think Pistons.
Do you think Orlando is going to beat Charlotte?
I'm gonna do both situations. Orlando, I say Pistons in 6.
I think Charlotte is a closer series than Orlando is, to be quite honest with you.
Charlotte, I say Pistons in 7.
Wow. Yeah. Just the fact that are they going to have Cade to start the series?
They do. Yeah, he played the last 3 games of the regular season.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But yeah, I think. Well, you got to look at the stats. I mean, since January, Charlotte is I think the best team in the East.
Sure, but it's just
It's just they're gonna give them problems. I think the Pistons will win, but I think it'll go 7.
I would say 6.
Charlotte's got so many great players right now. Like Brandon Miller proved himself to me. Kobe White proved himself to me. The only one that didn't prove himself to me in that last playing game was Con Kneppel, and he's a rookie. I mean, and he can shoot. So when he gets hot, he'll get hot. You know,
we'll see. I would say if it's the Hornets, I'll take them. I'll take Pistons in 6. If it's the Magic, I'll take Pistons in 5. Would be my predictions there.
Cavs Raptors, I'm really, really hung up on because I don't know about the Cavs in clutch games right now. And I love the Raptors. I love their team. I want to say Raptors in 7, but I'm gonna say Cavs in 7.
That's another. Cavs in 7. I think it's gonna be a close series. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a great
I trust a slightly better team, in my opinion.
I trust the team with more experience in playoffs. Not by much, obviously, but I mean, yeah, I think.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of experience together this season.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm hung up on. But I would err on the side of it being, again, just the home court advantage to begin.
Knicks Hawks. I keep flipping back and forth between whether or not I think it'll be a short series or a long series. Either way, I think the Knicks take care of it. Atlanta is a very well constructed team. They're also very deep, but I think this is a series where the Knicks will get hot quick, starting in the Garden, and then it'll be hard to tone them down. It could go 7, but I think right now I'm feeling like it might go just like 5.
I mean, last couple of years, there's only, especially this playoffs in the East, there's only a couple teams that have that like true playoff experience. The Knicks are one of them. The Knicks are well equipped,
and the Knicks won the in-season tournament this year, which proves that they haven't lost that playoff edge. They're inconsistent as heck, but they have the playoff genes built into them.
Right. I think the Knicks will win.
That was honestly a series that I wanted to go kind of like a lower seed upset there. I kind of like the Hawks again. They're again, if you look at since the All-Star break, I think in that record or since
they're
certain
great
point in January they've been hot.
They were all but locked into the 5 seed, but because it was supposed to be a 3-way tie between them, Orlando, and Toronto. But then Orlando fell out of the 3-way tie, and because it was a 2-way tie, Toronto won the 2-way. It was supposed to be Atlanta winning a 3-way tie to be the 5 seed. I don't know. I don't know if Atlanta would have rathered a matchup against the Cavs. But
I was going to say, like, I would have if the matchup was Cavs Hawks. I would be closer to say the Hawks in that scenario. Than
I might be too. I don't know. They're very young, very unexpected. I don't know, man. Like, I love me some Jalen Johnson. I love me some Jonathan Kuminga. But
he's been getting buckets, if you know what I mean. He's been getting buckets.
I don't know. I wonder if they'll risk putting Zachary Rieseshay back here, and then of course Nickeil Alexander-Walker is just having an incredible year.
But 6-man or comeback player of the year, easy. I'll just say Hawks just to be contrarian. Would be my pick there, and probably 6 or 7.
And then because it's Celtics Sixers, it's Celtics in 4.
It's a Z's,
Celtics are my pick.
That's my favorite to sweep. Celtics.
I wouldn't doubt that happening.
Yeah. I think Spurs could sweep too, and of course the Thunder can always sweep. But
I think Portland could take a game.
The Suns and the Warriors, I think, are both strong enough to take 1 or 2 games. And I don't think the same of Portland or Philadelphia without Joel Embiid. If Joel Embiid comes back, maybe it'll go a little longer, but we'll see.
It's tough it's tough again. They've been so good for the last month or so.
NHL, let's actually rapid fire here. I don't care who plays Colorado. It's Colorado for me. Colorado. I'll take Dallas. I'll take Utah, Edmonton.
Utah over Vegas is going to be tough.
Yeah.
I do think Utah over Vegas.
I'm saying I think Minnesota beats Dallas. I think I'm going to go Vegas over Utah and give me Connor McDavid. Is that right?
I just think Dallas is like
over Ducks.
Such top dogs over the past 3 seasons that people I think they trust themselves more than people know they do, and I as a guy who doesn't really watch the games, I like Dallas from a mental standpoint.
I just think.
So did you not pick Minnesota then?
No, I picked Dallas. Brennan said Minnesota.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
whoever wins that Dallas Minnesota game is going to go to 7 games. And again, I'm just going to pick Dallas because they've been further and quite frequently, obviously more than Minnesota has. I just think, just out of inexperience, I would take Vegas over Utah. Although I do think Utah probably is the better team. I just think that the Knights are a little bit more battle tested. And then the last series is Ducks and Oilers. It would be really funny to see the Ducks win that series, but probably the Oilers. I mean, they've been back to back in the West for a good reason. So their goaltending is going to have to keep up, but I think at least for one series that'll hold true. I think,
and that's assuming that those are the exact matchups.
It's probably going to be the matchups, but we'll see.
All right, Buffalo, Boston. Ooh, I kind of want to say Boston, but I'll give it to Buffalo.
I can't. I'm not picking against the Sabres here. I think it could go. I think Boston could very easily win this series, looking from an outside perspective. But I'm a roll with the Sabres.
And then I'll take Tampa, Carolina, and Pittsburgh.
You didn't let Kyle give his Buffalo.
I was going to say, he didn't let me put my input on the Boston. I'm going to say, see Boston's win game 1 against Buffalo, but then Buffalo got to handle them from then. I'll say, I guess I have to say this on record. I'll go Pittsburgh over Philly in probably 6 games. What are the other matchups? It's
Carolina,
Tampa. That's another 7 series is Tampa and Montreal. I'll go Montreal because they're younger, and I think they've matched up well against them this year. And then, Carolina and Ottawa. Carolina will be on a heater, at least in the first round. So I'll go Carolina in 5.
I'll go. I said Buffalo. I'm going to go Tampa. I think they're more experienced. They're playing out of their minds this year. Very, very good team. I'm saying Pittsburgh. I talked about it earlier. Sidney Crosby, great series. They're going to go to 7 games. I think Sidney Crosby and the Malkin, those guys play fantastic. They're not going to lose to an up-and-coming Flyers team like that. That's not how they want to go out. And then Carolina is going to handle business against Ottawa.
All righty. Well, hey, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Basketball Podcast. We'll be back as playoff action will have started next week, and we'll be talking. The Rockets will have put up the greatest Game 1 performance ever. It will be incredible. It will be an amazing time. And the Pittsburgh Penguins, I almost said the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win the NHL playoffs.
Yes! Let's go, baby.
Remember, wagon.
Sure, man.
All right, make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know. I sped through them really well last time with Rob. I made myself look good. I was like,
TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter. We don't have a Facebook, but we have Spotify. We have YouTube, iHeartRadio. Are we on Amazon Music? I think we are.
No, we're not.
Damn.
Because Amazon Podcast was the thing. We were on Amazon Podcast for exactly a month before they got rid of it. Sorry, not Amazon Podcast, Google Podcasts.
Google Pods. Fun. Anyways.
And, of course, I just talked about our guest from last week, Rob. That is one of our very few episodes that I think stands in perpetuity. I mean, you can always watch that episode because we talked about the greater sports landscape. So go listen to our conversation with Rob from last week, and then you can get some more banter ball content next week with us. So that's going to be it. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the playoffs. Bye-bye.
Bye.